The U.S. Food and Drug Administration issues a final rule to update which food can be labeled healthy. Pilot celebrates the opening of a new convenience store, and Atlanta provides over $8 million for 2 new grocery stores located in food deserts. Welcome to Retail Daily, your quick look at the top news from Supermarket News and CSP Daily News. I am Supermarket News Senior Editor Bill Wilson.
And I'm CSP Editor Rachel Janek. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration on Thursday issued a final rule to update which foods can bill themselves as, quote, healthy. The move will help consumers identify foods that are particularly useful as the foundation of a diet consistent with dietary recommendations, the agency said. Manufacturers can voluntarily use the claim on a food package if the product meets the updated criteria. Manufacturers who choose the healthy claim have 3 years to conform, but can use the new criteria sooner, according to the FDA. To be labeled as healthy, a food product must contain a certain amount of nutrients from at least one of the food groups or subgroups, such as fruits, vegetables, fat-free dairy, and low-fat dairy, recommended by the FDA's dietary guidelines. It must also adhere to specified limits for saturated fat, sodium, and added sugars.
Pilot on December 16th celebrated the opening of its newest convenience store in Tuskegee, Alabama, a mile from the Tuskegee Airmen National Historic Site, and the new location honors the legacy of these trailblazing World War II heroes. The Tuskegee Airmen were the first African American military pilots and airmen in the U.S. Armed Forces. The store's design features a replica of the original Moton Field Control Tower where they trained. There also is in-store signage honoring the 1,578 missions flown by the Tuskegee Airmen and the 850 awards the service members and their unit received, Pilot said. There's also a replica P-51 Mustang red tail ceiling design, which is a tribute to the planes flown by these pilots.
An independent grocery store chain will receive $8.1 million in incentives to open a pair of stores in food deserts in Atlanta. Savvy Provisions, a specialty supermarket with 16 stores in the Atlanta area and over 20 stores in Tennessee and North Carolina, will receive funding from the city's development authority, Invest Atlanta, for stores near Campbellton Plaza and downtown Atlanta. The stores are expected to open in the second half of 2025. Both locations will feature fresh produce, meats, dairy products, and other essential grocery items. Funds will be used to help build out both locations, supply inventory, purchase equipment, and cover other operating costs. The markets will also offer cooking demonstrations, nutrition workshops, and resources for families to learn about healthy eating habits.
Lee Nicholson has been promoted to Executive Vice President and Chief Merchant of Stop and Shop, parent company Ahold Delhaize USA announced on Thursday. Nicholson is currently Senior Vice President of Procurement, and in his new role, he will oversee functions including merchandising strategy, category management, promotional planning, and pricing. It's the second major personnel move Ahold Delhaize USA announced over the last couple of weeks. On December 13th, Greg Fincham was named the next president of Food Lion after Meg Ham said she was stepping down in May 2025.
Army and Air Force Exchange Service stores worldwide will remain open for soldiers, airmen, guardians, military families, retirees, and disabled veterans if the federal government shuts down December 21st, the retailer said on December 20th. The Dallas-based retailer operates more than 5,000 facilities, including post exchanges and base exchanges, express convenience stores and gas stations, food courts, malls, theaters, and more across the nation and in more than 30 countries.
Dover Fueling Solutions installed its first Wayne PWR direct current electric vehicle fast charger at a Chevron site in Loganville, Georgia. And that will do it for today's episode of Retail Daily. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more for your daily dose of retail news. For more on these stories, visit CSP Daily News and supermarketnews.com. I'm Bill Wilson.
And I'm Rachel Janek. We will be taking a break for the holidays and we'll see you in the new year. Happy holidays.